Hey, what's up everyone? How's everyone doing? Today we are looking at a new car that I got. As you guys can tell from the title, we've got the H&R Foxhound that we're taking a look at right now. This is the build kit version, so this is not the ready to run. I'm not quite sure if this comes with a body or not, but I've got one that I'm gonna put on here just in case they don't have one. Alright, let's take a look at this. I've actually wanted this car for a while. Alright, so what do we got in here? So we got, looks like to be some kind of manual. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so we got some springs. We got some hinge pin retainers for the hinge pins on the rear and the front. Looks like we could change the orientation to adjust the rear toe, so that's nice. We got in here, this says bag 1, so this is actually, this just looks like an accessory bag with just looks to be like stiffer springs. Let's see what we got here in this bag. This one says bag number 1. Looks to be the bumper and the body posts in here. Alright. And then we've got looks like a spur gear. I believe this is, yep, this is 32 pitch, so mod 0.8. And this looks to be for the sliding motor mount. And then this looks like the servo retainer and the servo mount in here. Alright, so this is, you won't have to actually build the shocks or any of that stuff, looks like, which is pretty cool. Alright, so it just comes in this box, so you do not have a body, so you will need to purchase your own body with this one. I think generally this model comes with a Mitsubishi Evo or Lancer body. Yeah, so let's take a look at this. So we got this dust cover here, looks pretty good. Let's actually cut these tabs off on the bottom and get this out and take a really good look at it. Now, I bought this car like I was mentioning. I wanted this for a while. I saw a review of this and it looked really, really good. This car is actually came in pretty cheap. This kit, I got this from AliExpress, and this was during their early bird Black Friday sales, and this was discounted $30. So originally the kit was $175, so I got this for $145, and I just couldn't pass it up for a 1/10 scale rally car. I actually thought it was going to be a little bit narrower than this, but this dust cover is awesome to keep the dust out of here. The wheels, they feel good. They feel like if they actually do have foam in it. They are a little bit skinny, but they do look good. We've got the drive shaft here. This looks to be pretty thick. Got another front drive shaft here. this front assembly, or this is a the center drive shaft here. It does come with a center diff, which is nice. This receiver box, I think this is kind of a weird position. Kind of wish this was somewhere else. I've got some alternative parts for this, and we'll get to that in a minute. I just wish that perhaps this had some kind of center brace where we could have mounted this receiver box somewhere else. I think this is generally the positioning for the ESC, and I believe up here is where the servo goes. So this looks to be pretty good so far. We've got CVDs in the front. CVDs in the front. And the rear looks to be dog bones. And they look to be a good size. They look to be a good size. So they do look durable. Everything feels good. The shocks we got here, I guess they feel a little bit springy. Does look like if it will need a little bit of tuning, but we'll get our own shock oil in there. But you know, this looks pretty good for now. Yep, this is where the servo goes on this side here. Carbon shock towers, front and rear, front and rear. This actually looks to be a pretty good 1/10 model. Let's see what it looks like next to the Relarlo. We've got our Relarlo here, and this is okay, so looks to be about the same length as the Relarlo. I'm doing this for Paul over at Right Place because he was looking. Looks to be exactly the same width, around or about. Maybe the Relarlo's a little bit wider wheelbase. I believe this car is 190, whereas Relarlo's 193, I believe, somewhere about there. Paul and Mike, Building Velocity and Right Place, they have conducted a pretty awesome speed competition this year, and next year they're going to be doing a 1/10 scale speed competition with this chassis, and they're thinking about also considering some other chassis in the 1/10 scales. So this looks like something that is pretty good. This H&R, I believe, is originally Hong Nor. So they generally make really good cars. The metal on the bottom looks to be pretty good. Really thick. I believe this is 2.5 millimeter chassis on the bottom here. The hinge pins look really, really good. Now this looks really, really good. Everything, the hinge pin supports are all metal. And like I said, they've got another model, ready to run model for this. And yeah, so we're gonna get this built up. We are gonna run this stock. So we are gonna run this as a rally car, and then we're gonna see where it goes from there. But this does have some parts, some alternative parts that we are going to use. This is the body that I've got for it, which is a Subaru Impreza body. Open this up. See what this looks like on there. So there goes our Subaru Impreza body, how that's going to fit on there. See that? This car looks pretty good, so we're excited. Yep, this is my Impreza body that was going to go on there. This looks to be a good car, so we're going to get this built up. We are going to get our first drive in. We're going to install some parts on here, and once we got that build done, we'll go over the parts that we added, and we'll see how this thing rips. But thanks for watching this first look of this car, and yeah, you guys have a great day, and we will see you soon.